Hi everyone, Sean here from Wilson Prop Trade, and back with another few trades. I was just I had a little bit of a break. I was really sick last week, and just couldn't really continue. So our current account balance 110,470. That's up from $100,000 from when we started. Um, okay, so let's just get in some trades and have a look at what I could have done better and a whole bunch of other things like that. So, Euro New Zealand. I'll drag that up into here and we'll have a look at the result of that trade. Okay, so this one ended up in a loss. I actually closed it out for reasons that were quite silly because I jumped in the trade and the new Euro New Zealand spread is 2.9. So really what happened, I got into the trade at a sell, which is this grey line here. So that's the bid line, and then the ask is this red line up here. So I sold at the bid when really I could have sold up at the gold line. So I have no idea what I was doing there. A little bit silly. So sold there. Oh, we got an alert here. So sold there, and it went up. Really, I should have waited for a better entry because at the better entry, that's 21 pips. At this entry, if I was just patient, that's 11 pips. So yeah, just really quite impatient with that one, and just bailed out. Looking at it on the higher timelines, looking at it on the 4 hourly. So this was yesterday, I believe. If I drag this trade back up in here to have a look at where it was. Here we go. So looking at the 4 hourly, it's trending down. Yeah, it's quite funny on the higher time frames. It's bouncing up through here. You can actually see that through here. It's gone up through here as the support levels, and it's already broken through the support. So the question is then, why the heck would you continue that going? Why the heck would it continue going up? It's already broken through all the supports and everything. So yeah, it's on its way down. So I just put this object on here, and I have to get rid of it. Trend line, here we go. Delete. Alright, cool. So yeah, that's where we sat for the Euro New Zealand. Looking down on the trade, we were looking. It was going down, so there was no reason for me to actually bail out of that trade. Bit silly, to be honest, but that's what happens when you're trading. You'd be a bit silly. Euro dollar. Let's have a look where we ended up here. That was a buy. Again, it was a great buy. We got the blue line come through AO. We're all blue before we get our pullback. So our pullback is right here. So pretty much we're all blue right before the pullback. Pullback into our scalp line here, which is the blue line. Pull back into the gold line. The gold line starts the upwards movement. So this gold line's a 50 EMA. And the blue line is a very tight EMA from higher timeline. So yeah, we had that come straight down into the gold line, and again I pulled the trigger too soon. And that's when we're talking about these gold line moves up, and then you just hit cycles. So, and it's very hard to trade actually, in my opinion, during during the Australian time frame, because you can see the Australian time frames all like this, which you can trade it, don't get me wrong, like through here, for example. It gives you a whole bunch of mixed signals, but as soon as it gives you that buy signal, it comes up, you can wait for it to come back to the blue line, and away you go. Same thing with here, as soon as you get that red signal, this is during the Australian trading hours, but you get around, this is the New York sort of hours, starts around here, 11 o'clock, yeah, 11 o'clock MT4 time, 10 o'clock MT4 time. So that's in 4 hours time. So that's 5 p.m. So that's when the New York really starts getting going, and you can see the red line, and then you come up into the red line with the retracement through there, and then away you go, you know. And so ideally, you're looking for the first convert, so blue to red, and then the retracement to the red, and then the continuation. So it's usually the first convert and then the retracement. So if we're looking at essentially the euro dollar over here, I know I did jump the gun a little bit, but around New York time, we'll just zoom in. We got the blue convert. So looking at this red, if this red starts coming down towards this blue line starts moving up, gold line's up, AO is great. This is looking good before we have the reversal, getting the flashes of blue, that's fine, whatever. But as soon as we start getting this red line coming into the blue line here, then that's a buy signal, you know. So and you can see that it's not dangerous to trade that, because you've got the US dollar and the euro quite separated, so not too much of an issue there. But hey, that was the euro dollar, and made some money off of it. It's whatever. But again, freaked out, you know. It came down, and I saw it cycle, and it was coming down again, and it was the perfect buy opportunity, you know. First cycle, second cycle. You don't want to go the third cycle. I try to stay away from the third cycle. So anyways, let's have a look at euro yen. Sorry, we'll start off with Aussie yen, because that was also a trade that I made. The yen was sort of trending towards a bit of strength. It had been weak, so the 4 hourly shows you that. The yen had been very weak moving up through here. So a lot of yen strength. So the Aussie's dumping against the yen, and you can see that tail play out for the Aussie yen, the euro yen, the sterling yen, pretty much all of the yen pairs apart from the US, because the US and the yen were moving pretty much side by side. You can see exactly what was happening there. We had a bunch of yen strength, so you know, due for a little bit of a pull. Yen weakness. So due for a little bit of a pullback, and that's exactly what we played. We're not playing massive trends. We're not looking at, you know, macroeconomics. We're just playing small trades and playing pullbacks. So I'll jump into here again and have a look, and that's exactly what we did. Drag up and drop the Aussie yen. So that's where we are. Again, the trade is below the AO, we're showing red, we get blue for the pullback, that's fine. The gold line starts trending down, you can see this through here, this little scoop. So we're looking at coming back into it, and then it's just a cycle. So honestly, now that I was pretty happy with that trade. Let's see how many pips that was. Works out to be, it's about 11 pips, you know, great trade. 11 pips on the Aussie yen, that pays out 140 bucks for a single lot, so that's awesome. Euro yen, same tail, you know, you're looking at yen coming back for a little bit of strength, and so, you know, we can see that there. Get the red line, gold line moving down below the AEO. This is actually a fantastic trade. We come up and get to the gold line, and I went past the gold line on this one, and so I was happy to take it. Sort of forgot about these. Actually, I'll be honest, guys, I sort of forgot about these trades. I was doing other stuff. But that's what happens when you're trading the scalp. You know, it's you're trading with the trend, and you can see what's going on there. You know, missed the first one, cycled back up, got the second one, just cycled up, and got the third one as well. But these are just little moves. You know what I mean? Like 18 pips, 19 pips, 11 pips. That's all you want. You know, you're not looking for life-changing money. You're just looking for an income stream. So. This here was a bit life-changing though. Honestly, I was trading this on some other accounts that had way more lot sizes. I think it was like 15 lots or something like that. Ended up getting out around this point. So, but whatever, those aren't my demonstrator accounts. This one is. So, and this is the account that we're taking on the YouTube journey. So, got in here. I was told pretty much, you know, it's time to sell. I looked for this pullback, yeah, so I had a blue. After this blue candle, it was like, okay, sweet, this looks pretty good. The AO wasn't exactly showing me, but could have definitely gotten on here on the AO or on here. So multiple opportunities to jump into this trade. and that's exactly what was happening. We were seeing the direction and everything was lining up quite obviously. So after the first couple of cycles, you want to set your stop loss up. That's about 21 pips or so 20 pips, which is a great safety factor. Yeah, so up through here, that's 20 pips. So great safety factor, cycle, multiple opportunities, and then down we go. Pretty much nailed this. I got a text message that I sent to my dad at 10 past 10 Brisbane time, which worked out to be, let me just have a look at the time here, 10 past 10, which is about, so this is 15 o'clock MT4 time. So right around in here, I said, time to buy again. Oh man, that was like a classic Sean call right there. Make the call and then you don't do anything because it's bedtime. But yeah, if you buy there, I mean, you're a happy camper again, right? So yeah, it's just playing the pullback, move and pull back. Now the reason why I said buy again here was because Bank of England basically didn't announce anything. All this move was based on Bank of England. Again, yen was showing signs of strength, which is what the Aussie yen short, the Euro yen short, and the sterling yen short. And then I knew that the Bank of England announcement was coming out, so I was playing that on a few more important accounts. But yeah, it just sent it. Great trade. Got out perfect time. Pretty pleased with myself. Sorry, that was sterling CAD. So, I mean, sterling across the board was showing weakness. So it wasn't just yen strength. It was just it was sterling weakness as well. So sterling yen, this is one that made the big bucks. I honestly cannot believe that I got out at this point. That has to be the trade exit of a lifetime. Yeah, that's sick. That's sick. So anyways, cycle up. So you get the red flag. So gold line moving down, red line moving down below the AO, come up for the next cycle, hit the next cycle, and then up we go. Get a little flash of blue, but that's okay. Gold line still moving down, we're still below the AO. So you don't actually, that's not a signal. And all this is still flashing red. So this is just a false signal. And sometimes it happens, it does run a little bit hot. This line through here, especially when you've been previously flat as well. But yeah, jump in on the sell, cycle one. So I got on cycle one. You could have gotten in cycle two. You could have gotten in cycle three. Again, it's just cycle. So you've got plenty of time frame to get into the trade, and then down we go. So this was what is that? 96 pips. So plenty of pips given. One lot on the sterling yen paid out 11.50. One lot on the sterling CAD paid out 9.50. Honestly, could have just run a whole bunch of other sterling pairs if you're up to it. Sterling dollar, it's bang, sterling dollar, absolute push. That's awesome. Sterling Aussie, similar story. Sterling Swiss. I just trade all the sterling pairs really. But sterling Swiss was a hard one to show. If you traded sterling Swiss, you would have been a little bit in the paddy wagon. But this is why you only trade like the first two cycles, right? Blue line here above the AO, cycle one, up, cycle two, up, cycle three, up. Do you dare to go for cycle four? No, you don't. So just be aware of how many cycles into a trade you're going to be. It can be really dangerous getting in on a trend and scalping it, towards the end of the cycle where it's run out of steam. I'd be very careful of that. But anyways, yeah, that was the trades for the 24th of June, 2021, $2,400 profits. That's 2.4% increase. So that's been pretty good. If I go to the account history, let's have a look. I go to a custom period, so we'll choose, let's say, from the start of June. Our performance from the start of June to including all of this week. Where have we been? Because I did have that loss where I was trading like a silly boy, but 6,780. So it's not the end of June yet, and $6,700 in a month just trading with fairly chill parameters. That's really great. A hot tip, actually. One thing that some people should probably know is that around 4 p.m. Australian time. So let's have a look at when that is. That's in about 2 hours time. So 2 hours time. It's about crikey, 7. We're in the 140. So we're almost finished this candle. So 6:45 is 1:45. So 7. So about 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. If something's moving at 9 o'clock, let it move, right? Look at this. When there's a big candle, look at the big 9 o'clock candle. That's the big London candle. When there's a big London move, you just follow the move. Follow the London move. You try to fight the London move. Everyone tries to fight the London move. Don't fight the London move. Here's another London move. Look at it. 9 o'clock. Look at it. Big blue candle. This is, if it's moving up, it's going up. London time. People try to say, no, you can't fight the market. Don't fight it. Look, blue candle, it's going down, right? And then you get the blue up, and then the big blue, right? That is 9:30. Don't fight the London candles, guys. You can't fight it. So we're going to see what's going on here. We've got the blue. We've got cycle 1. Hard to trade that. It's the start of the day. But cycle 2, cycle 3. We'll see how we go. If there's another cycle here, because it's the start of the London candles. So if I start seeing the London candles move with a little bit of gusto, we'll see what direction it goes. But yeah, guys, London candles. If it's going somewhere around 4 p.m. Brisbane time, 4 to 5 p.m. Brisbane time, that direction will sustain for like the next hour or two. So just trade that direction, make easy money, honestly. There's no problem. So that's a free tip for you. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, and until next time, I don't have a tagline, so